morning, children. In yesterday's class, we learned about the nutrition. That what is nutrition, what are nutrients, and what are the important life process happening in living organisms, and what is photosynthesis, and what are the materials needed for photosynthesis. Like that, we have discussed. And we know that if we recall the important materials needed for photosynthesis, if we see water and carbon dioxide. So you know that carbon dioxide and water are raw materials for photosynthesis, is it not? And what are the end products means glucose. Glucose is the end product, and along with the glucose we are observing oxygen as well as water also. Is it not, children? So here carbon dioxide and water are said to be raw materials, and glucose, oxygen and water are said to be end products. End products. Is it clear to you? So now Van Niel he proved that instead of water, he has used hydrogen sulfide as a starting material with carbon dioxide, and when the reaction is going to happen, and here the light is playing a major role. So he used bacteria, that is purple sulfur bacteria, when he is used for his experiments. So in that what happened means light, towards light all the bacteria they moved, and he came to know that light is essential for photosynthesis. Is it clear to you? So later Robert Hill he said, he proved that water is essential for photosynthesis but not hydrogen sulfide. So when hydrogen sulfide is used, elemental sulfur is produced, whereas when water is used and carbon dioxide when it is entering into the leaves through stomata, and water through the roots when it is reaching the leaves with the help of chlorophyll and sunlight, solar energy. With the help of that solar energy, the reaction is going to happen, and that results in the formation of glucose and oxygen. So here Robert Hill, what he proved means the water is produced, that is because of the oxygen is produced in the reaction of photosynthesis, that is because of water, whatever it is used. Is it clear to you? So like that, here the plants are preparing in the process of photosynthesis first simple organic molecule, that is glucose. So glucose is said to be the simple organic molecule. Is it clear to children? Then that glucose is soluble in water, just like sugar. You know that when we put it in water it gets dissolved. So when it is dissolving, then the plant cannot store it. So to store and to make use of that organic molecule in further for further use, the glucose is going to be converted to complex form, okay, of carbohydrate, that is starch and cellulose. Is it clear to you? So starch is stored in different parts of the plant, like seeds. So grains, you know, food grains. So those are storing rich source of starch, and which we are making use of starch as our food. Is it clear to children? Then cellulose. So what is the use of cellulose here? Cellulose is a part of the plants where it is helping in forming the cell wall. You know that cell wall is very, very important for plants. Is it not, children? So what you are understanding with this means the plants in the process of photosynthesis, they are preparing glucose, which is said to be a simple organic molecule or simple carbohydrate. Later it will be converted to complex form, that is starch and cellulose. So this starch is insoluble in water. Is it clear to you? Starch is insoluble in water. So that is the reason it is stored in different parts of the plant where we are making use as food. Is it clear to children? Grains you can take, pulses you can take, all that they are going to store the starch. Is it clear to you? Then So you may get a doubt here. So you learned plants are preparing food for the entire planet Earth. Whereas here you are learning glucose is produced. It is not there like that. Along with glucose, the plants are able to prepare the other nutrients like fats and proteins. Is it clear to you? Fats and proteins are also produced in the process of photosynthesis. So glucose or starch or cellulose or fats or proteins, all these are said to be organic molecules which are produced in the plants by the process called photosynthesis. Is it clear to you? Then animals, if we observe, so they may have pigments like melanin is there. Is it clear to you? It gives color to the skin. So this melanin which is present in the human beings, it is not useful. Okay, and in plants that chlorophyll pigment whichever is present, that is helping in the process of photosynthesis. So we cannot able to prepare the food. So that's why the animals are not able to prepare the food by themselves. So they have to depend directly or indirectly on plants for the energy source. That is the reason photosynthesis is playing a very important basic life process or key role in providing energy to the entire planet. Is it clear to you? Then coming to the next point, we have to learn how the plants are able to prepare starch. So we know that in the process of photosynthesis, you know that starch is prepared. Is it not, children? By the process called photosynthesis in plants. So any test, if you want to know, if we want to prove that how plants are able to prepare starch with different activities. Is it clear to children? So in that one activity you are going to learn how plants are able to prepare starch. Now let us learn how plants are able to prepare starch, which is said to be a type of carbohydrate, by the process called photosynthesis with an activity. Okay, you are going to learn an activity. Okay, how plants are able to prepare starch by the process photosynthesis. So what is so how we have to write here steps? Aim. What steps you have to write? Aim, materials, then procedure, precautions, observation, inference, etc. So in stepwise we are going to conduct the activity. Okay, so what is your aim here? Your aim. So in 10th class, just you are going to observe the activities which are conducted by your teacher in the school laboratory, but when you take BPC, you are going to do some activities on your own in the laboratory. Is it not, children? So what are the steps you are going to follow? Means here all the steps you have to follow, and what are those steps? Aim, materials required for that, and procedure, how to conduct the activity, then if any precautions we have to follow while conducting that activity, and what observation and result, all that it will help you to get good marks in practical examinations. So here let us learn the activity how plants are able to prepare the starch. So that will become your aim. So what is your aim? So to prove presence of a starch. So we are going to prove that starch is prepared in the plants. In the previous classes also you have done to some extent this activity. Is it clear to you? Then materials required. Materials. So what for you have to know this materials? See, when you are doing practical examination, you have to write on a paper what is the question given to you. So you have to write all the materials needed for that activity. So if any one of that materials if you are not writing in the answer script, you will not be given. Is it clear to you? So if you are missing that one, you are losing marks. To avoid that, clearly you have to mention what are the materials needed. Just like if you are doing, suppose if you are going to play cricket, so things needed you are going to take or not. So just like that here also, the materials needed for conducting any activity are needed. Okay, so list of materials we have to write. So what are the materials? Freshly collected leaf. Okay, then methylated spirit. Beaker with water. Tripod stand. Test tube. Then asbestos, gauze. Then iodine solution. Next here energy source, that is a Bunsen burner. Petri dish. So we are in need of these materials. So now how to do steps we have to know. Is it not, children? So for that, let us learn how this will be connected. In the figure, so beaker we are taking, and in this beaker 3/4 we are filling it with water. Then this beaker with water we are going to keep on a tripod stand. We are going to keep it on a tripod stand, and directly we are not going to keep. So here we are using asbestos gauze, just like mesh. It absorbs heat from the light source. So here we are using Bunsen burner, and we have taken like this. And very important one, test tube. In the test tube or boiling tube we can call it. So in that we are going to keep a freshly collected leaf. Is it clear to you? Whichever is kept in methylated spirit. So leaf, so leaf is kept in a test tube which contains the methylated spirit, and just we are boiling it. So this one we are going to keep in the beaker where it is going to be boiled. So directly we are not boiling this leaf in the beaker containing water. So where we are boiling it? In the test tube which contains methylated spirit. Is it clear to you? So we have to boil the leaf, not directly. Is it clear to you? So now first what we have to do? We have to arrange the apparatus as shown in the figure. So this is a beaker with water. Beaker with water. Then asbestos sheet. Then tripod stand. Bunsen burner. Then this is a boiling tube. Then leaf kept in a methylated spirit. clear to you? So we are boiling this test tube in the beaker containing water, where it contains the, here this boiling tube containing the leaf whichever is kept in methylated spirit. So why we are doing there like that? So first we collected the leaf from the plant whichever is kept in sunlight. You know that sunlight is essential for photosynthesis, no? So a leaf is collected from the plant which is kept in sunlight, and we are boiling it in water, and we are going to keep it in the boiling tube containing methylated spirit, so that the chlorophyll present in that, just it will be removed, pale it is going to become. Is it clear to you? Then we are going to keep this on the beaker containing water, and we are going to provide heat source. So for half an hour we have to do that, and afterwards what we have to do means we have to take out this leaf gently, okay, because the tissues will be getting just dissolved. Is it clear to you? So that it will be damaged. So to avoid that, with the help of brush we have to transfer the leaf to the petri dish, and on this leaf we have to put 1 or 3 drops of iodine solution. Iodine solution. So what will be your observation? The leaf is going to turn to blue-black color. So always iodine test is conducted for the to know the presence of starch. Is it not, children? So here when the leaf is going to turn to the blue-black color, that indicates that starch is prepared. Is it clear to you? So with this activity we can learn that the plants are able to prepare starch. Is it clear to you? So aim, materials required, then procedure, all the steps we have to, then observation, what you are observed, the leaf turning to pale color, and when we are adding iodine solution it changes to blue-black color. Okay, so that will be the observation, and what will be your conclusion or result means that blue-black color indicating that blue-black color whichever is indicating is making you to understand that starch is prepared by the process called photosynthesis. In that way the plants are preparing starch. So we proved that plants are providing food to the entire planet Earth. Is it clear to you? Now what you can understand with this activity means plants are able to prepare food by the process called photosynthesis. So now once let us recall the equation for photosynthesis. So here I said just now some materials are needed, like so here what are the materials means, you know, carbon dioxide and water, then sunlight and chlorophyll. So it is going to help in providing energy. Okay. So now carbon dioxide 6 volumes and water 6 volumes, when they are going to react with each other in presence of sunlight, where the chlorophyll whichever is present in the chloroplast of plants, that is leaves, will help in converting these materials to the organic molecule glucose. Is it clear to you? So now here what is happening there? So we know that solar energy, okay, solar energy from the environment. So in previous classes also you learned the importance of solar energy. So sunlight, it is very much essential for all the living organisms to survive. Is it not, children? Why? Because photosynthesis is happening because of sunlight here. Okay, that solar energy whichever is there, light energy whichever is there, is converting these raw materials into chemical energy. You got the point? What is happening in the process of photosynthesis? So many scientists, they worked on that, how the process of photosynthesis is going to happen in plants, and how much carbon dioxide is needed, or how much water is needed, and sunlight or chlorophyll, and where exactly the process is going to happen. It has taken a lot of time. more than 300 years it has taken for the scientists to study, and later they have given so much of information and how the process of photosynthesis is going to happen, or mechanism of photosynthesis, how it is going to happen. Is it clear to you? So now here materials needed for photosynthesis, if we see raw materials, just now I said carbon dioxide and water. Okay, so these are called as reactants. Like then in sunlight and chlorophyll is present in the leaves, and it is converting into end products, that glucose is going to form along with oxygen, which is releasing into the atmosphere, and water that is also getting evaporated. So here Van Helmont. So you learned about him in the nutrition in plants in previous classes, that water. So if we take this water, that raw materials or the factors or materials needed for photosynthesis. Needed for photosynthesis. So Van Helmont conducted experiments and he proved the role of water in the process of photosynthesis. Is it clear to you? When the plant is given water, the water is going to be transported to the leaves, and when the process of photosynthesis is happening, the body mass of the plant increased. Is it clear to you? Like that. So that is the in that way he proved the water is very much essential for the process of photosynthesis. Is it clear to you what I said? Then factors or materials. So if any one of this is missing, the process of photosynthesis is not going to happen. So here you are observing only carbon dioxide and water, sunlight and chlorophyll. Apart from that, other factors are also there. Internal structure of the plant parts and other pigments which are present, or enzymes which are present, they are all very much needed for the process of photosynthesis. Is it clear to you? So water is playing a major role in converting the carbon dioxide to this organic molecule and release of oxygen. You learned Hill's reaction, what it is going to make you to understand that from the water only oxygen is going to be released. Is it clear to you? So the body mass will be increased when water is consumed or when water is added to the plants. Even we also, if we take more and more water, we feel somewhat heavy. Is it not, children? So how it is happening means, once that water enters into the body, it is going to become a part and part of our cells internally, or even if it is a plant. So that is making us to understand that body mass will be increased. Is it clear to you? So like that, the water is very, very important. So that is water and photosynthesis. Is it clear to you? So water is essential. You learned in the previous classes. If water is not there, the important life activities cannot take place. Is it not, children? So here important life activity, what is that? Photosynthesis cannot be carried out without the water. So that is why water is very essential for photosynthesis. Is it clear to you? Then now we have to know other important factor. What is that? Here I mentioned carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide, where it is present? It is present in air. It's not. So water and photosynthesis you learnt. Then air and photosynthesis. Let us learn. Now you know that air is a mixture of gases. Okay, air contains different types of components or constituents, like oxygen is there, then carbon dioxide is there. It's not, children. Then other gases are present, hydrogen, then sulfur dioxide, other inert gases, all are present. Is it not, children? So the plants are making use of carbon dioxide. So how this carbon dioxide is going to enter. So at that time, was it known as carbon dioxide? Means many scientists they worked what is the role of air in photosynthesis. Is it clear to you? So now for the first time, Joseph Priestley conducted so many experiments where air is very much essential for things to survive. Is it clear to you? So here he conducted so many experiments, and in that bell jar experiment is very, very important. Bell jar experiment. So what it is going to make you to understand with this experiment means here air is playing a major role in the process of photosynthesis. So but he doesn't know what component of air is important. So what he has taken first? So he has taken a candle. Okay. So which is glowing, which is lighted. Also you can take. So now he covered the bell jar, he covered the candle with a bell jar. Bell jar means what? It looks like bell. Okay, if we can cover it, lid. For a few minutes, the candle survived, the candle glowing, and after the few minutes, what happened means the candle put off. He observed the candle put off. Is it clear to you? Then what he has done in the next experiment, in the next step, he introduced here, a rat. So what happened here means when rat is there in that bell jar, and after few minutes the lighted candle again it put off. Okay, so he found that some relation is there. So how this candle was put off. Okay. Then after some time what he observed, both rat and candle, they were dead. It is dead and candle put off. Okay. Then what he has done, still he conducted experiment. He continued that experiment, and in this bell jar again what he has done means, along with these two things here, the rat and bell jar, this light candle whichever is lighted, and he kept a plant also. So he kept a plant and he put a lighted candle and a rat also. So what happened there? All these started continuing. When this is kept in sunlight, all these are kept in sunlight. So in the first time, in the first step, what he has taken? He lighted a candle and he covered it with a bell jar. What he observed? The candle put off after some time. Then he, in the second step, he has taken, he introduced the rat in this, and after some time, what happened means the candle put off and the rat is has become unconscious or dead. Again, what he has done in the next step, he introduced a plant also. Means he kept a plant, and when plant is kept here, what happened means the candle continues to glow and the rat also is conscious. It is breathing, it is respiring. So he came to know that some interdependency is there, some relation is there between these things whatever have been used. Okay, so what he hypothesized, plants restore air. So Priestley, what he said, plants restore air. What this candle, when it is lighted, it is just released, and when this rat is breathing. Okay, but what is that component of air breathing, or what is that component of air whichever is released, he failed to tell, but he hypothesized that plants are restoring the gases, okay, in the atmosphere, like so the you know that the candle to continue or the rat to continue life, what are needed here? Plants are needed. Okay, so now like that here, for first time Joseph Priestley discovered oxygen. Is it clear to you? But he failed to give the name. That name oxygen, it was not given by Priestley, but Lavoisier gave the name of that component of air as oxygen. In 1774, Priestley conducted this Béjart experiment, and he proved that some gases are important here. Okay, components of air very important, and discovery of oxygen happened by Priestley. So Priestley discovered oxygen in 1774 with the help of that Béjart experiments, and he said that plants are able to restore the what is that air whichever is just released by the what is a plant or a candle. Then the name oxygen to that particular gas was given by Lavoisier in 1775. So here what you are understanding means all the components of air are not needed for photosynthesis. Here carbon dioxide is very much essential, and in the process of photosynthesis oxygen is going to be released. So now the importance of carbon dioxide, how it is helping in the process of photosynthesis to convert that water and solar energy into organic molecule glucose, that we will discuss with another activity in tomorrow's class.